G'day! In today's video I've got an Acer Nitro 5 with the model number N22C1, also A515-58, and I want to open this up and do a thermal paste replacement on it. So let's begin. So to begin with, I'm going to take out all the screws. It should be very straightforward. Now this one is a second-hand machine off eBay and they've already got some wrong screws in here. By wrong I mean these screws aren't even meant to be going into this particular type of machine. So I'm curious to see what it's going to look like when we get in there. If that's the screws we're seeing on the outside, God knows what's going on the inside. But as much as I paid out on them, they are ridiculously too long, but they are the right pitch. But yeah, that's some double length screws going on there. So when I put it back together, I will find some correct screws to go back in there, as long as nothing's damaged underneath. Now that I've got those screws out of there, I should be able to grab it from the back on the ducts. And there we go, and that's popping it open. If it's never been opened before, it's going to be a lot harder than what I just did there to get it open. Now let's see what we've got. Looking a bit mangy. Battery has seen some slightly better days, but we're in. Brilliant. Now with it open, I'm going to disconnect the battery, as you don't want any power running through here, being we are playing with the cooling side of things. And I don't really want a machine to turn on with the CPU fan or the heatsink completely disconnected. What I want to do is disconnect the fan here and the fan over here. Now we'll grab a tray to put screws on. Now I'm going to take out these silver screws on each fan. There'll be 2 for each fan and they will be identical in size and length. What are they? They're M2 by 2.5. That removed. Next up, I want to loosen these up. I suspect the previous owner may have replaced the thermal paste, but I like to do it my way and I like to know it's done. It's like when you buy a car and they say I've changed the oil, and you look at the oil and you go, maybe, but I want to know that I have done it and it is not leaking and it's at the right level. There we go. Now I do see that the video cable runs along here and through. So we'll need to disconnect the video cable, push it up, and there we go. Oh, look at that. Delicious. Or not. Not delicious. No. Sam I am. That's Sam I am. I would not eat that, Sam I am. Look at it. That will be meeting my air compressor rather shortly. And how about this other side that looks even more untouched? Then we're going to loosen it. Ugh. Disgusting. Very much so. So now I'm going to go use my air compressor. I'll be back in a moment. So I've cleaned out the cooler as well as I could. It's still not great. And I gave the fans a bit of a silicone spray. Hopefully get a little bit more life into them, or from them. Now, it's clean. I'm not 100% sure if this is a repaste job that's been done before, or if it's purely the factory thermal paste. As there does seem to be a fair bit there. I feel like the CPU is factory, just by how square it is on here. But if you were doing one, you'd do both, so I'm slightly confused there. Okay. Clean. down. Just clean two. Push that two. Go. Clean here or here. Two. Brilliant. So I'm going to use some GD 900 thermal paste. This is just I think a 20 to 30 gram pot of the stuff. So yeah, just bulk. Gone through 1.5 of these so far. And here we go. It's pretty runny stuff, this one. You should just be able to basically smear it over the top. So that is a reasonable spread of the stuff. But yeah, as with everything on the internet, people are right and the video is wrong. So, some on here too. Oh, got too much on that spatula, that's for sure. A bit of foam got integrated into the thermal paste there. As you know, for cooling purposes, foam's probably not that great. Okay, that off there. Put this under here. Yeah, there's way too much on there. Give me a thermal paste, you can get back in the pot. Ooh, my knuckle got in the other stuff. Come on. There we go. Now I'll get out a little bit more. Take off a bit too much. Ignore the spillage over the sides, please. This is turning into a monstrosity. It's going to be a cool monstrosity. But a monstrosity nonetheless. Okay. So this thermal paste is fairly liquidy. So I'm going to push that down. It's going to probably smear out the sides. Go. Put that back there. Zoom this out. Let's get this back together. Now get the orientation correct. You can definitely see the silicone spray. Line that up, push down. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, literally just following the numbers right now. 6, 7. Reconnect the fan over here. It will only go one way. Push. Reconnect the fan over here. Push. Now we've got 4 silver screws to put back in. And while I'm here, interesting. I was going to say I'll tighten up the screws on the hinge. But no, they are slightly odd screw hinges. And there's a lot of plastic welds going on there, which makes me somewhat concerned. Okay, most of that is reconnected. Now I just want to give this a quick wipe down first. Interesting, the height difference between here and here. Wipe the silicon off, the excess silicon spray off here. Will actually make it look slightly shiny and newer. There's a bonus. Silicon spray does usually clean up plastics pretty well. So you can use it to kind of refurbish a lot of older electronics or dirty electronics. Or you could also just use it to lubricate fans. Okay, push this under here. Now I probably should have done this before. Yes, I will need to disconnect this fan, or at least unscrew it to feed back the video cable. So hopefully that will let me lift it. There we go. Feed it under. Come on. Come on. Get in, get through there. There we go. Lift it back up again. Here. Slide it in. Pull it close to clip it. Go. Hopefully. Go. Back under here. Screws back in. So from here, we're right to reconnect the battery and then power it back on. So with it, when you power it back on, since we disconnected the battery, it may take 30 seconds to a minute before it displays the Acer logo. That is pretty much expected and is very normal. So now, time to put the bottom cover back on. So most of these screws, I'm going to assume, are of the same length and the same size, excluding my two black ones I've got here. So far these are all going in just fine, and somehow I'm missing more screws than I thought. So I do have an extra one right here. Put that on the hinge, do that up. Now I do have this one here too. I will have to find just one more to replace it. Pretty much once you've got that screw in there, it should be right to put it under power, turn it on, and it should be good to go. I hope that helps, and I'll see you later. Bye.